Hi guys, today I am going to be teaching you a Galavasana flow. As always, my plan in putting a sequence together is to get your body moving in many different directions and shapes and a variety of poses. So that will also be included in today's flow, but with the purpose of working into Galavasana arm balance. I know that this camera angle, is probably not super ideal, but it's the best I can do in my given space. So as always, I try to be very thorough in describing where I want your body to be. So don't worry if you can't see me completely. Just listen to the description of what I'm telling you and trust your body's intuition in knowing the proper interpretation. So we're going to start in child's pose with just some breathing. So sit your hips back on your heels, reach your arms forward. Allow that space between your shoulder blades to soften. And just begin to find your breath here. If you can, you're breathing in and out through the nose. Feel each inhale travel all the way down into your belly. So you'll feel your belly sort of fill up and expand with inhale, deflates on exhale. And as you're breathing all the way down into the belly, see if you can also begin to feel your back and side ribs begin to expand laterally. So we're tapping into that diaphragmatic breath here, breathing from your diaphragm, moving the breath down into the body. Take a couple more breaths here, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. And then come forward to your hands and knees. So hands are shoulder width apart, knees hip width apart. Keep your knees back a little behind the hips. We're going to circle out through the hips. So shift your hips to the right. Drive your hips back and around to the left. So big circles, like you're circling your hips around the inside of a hula hoop. Big slow circles driving from your hips so that you feel a stretch in the hips as you circle around. And then change directions. Go to the left, sweep your hips back and around to the right. Big slow circles, moving from the hips, stretching into the hips as you circle around. After this next circle, come back to your child's pose. So again, hips are sitting back on the heels, reach your arms forward. This time, shift your hips over to the right, walk your hands to the left. So hips right, hands left, breathing and stretching into that right side body. Again, feel your breath moving all the way down into the waist. Create space between the hip and the ribs on that right side. Maybe feel your breath expanding in between the ribs on that right side. So getting a nice stretch from right hip to right shoulder. And then change sides, hips left, hands right. Breathing and stretching into that left side body. Create space between the left hip and the lower left ribs. Create space between each rib on that left side, and space from left hip to left shoulder. And come back to hands and knees. So spread your fingers wide again, index finger points directly forward, biceps spin forward. Good, hands are under the shoulders and knees under the hips. We're gonna move through cat-cow one vertebrae at a time. So we'll start at the tailbone and end at the head. Start by tucking your toes. You're gonna tilt your tailbone upward, beginning to arch your spine into cow pose. The head will lift last. Now keeping the head lifted, we're gonna point the toes, tuck your tailbone, one vertebrae at a time, rounding into your cat pose. Again, start at the feet, tuck the toes, lift the tail, one vertebrae at a time into your cow pose. Point your toes, tuck your tail, rounding into cat pose. Move through one more time. Tuck the toes. Arch your spine, cow pose. Good. Point your toes, round your spine, cat pose, and pull all the way back to your child's pose. Hips to heels, walk your arms a little further forward. Take a big breath here. You're going to come forward just enough to tuck your toes, sit your hips back again, and then press into your down dog. And as you come into your down dog, spread your fingers wide. Get your weight into all 10 fingers so you're a little bit lighter through the heel of the hand. Continue to spin your biceps forward so you're externally rotating through the arm bones. You're broadening across the shoulders. Create a little more space between the shoulder blades. Have enough bend in your knees that you can lift your sit bones high and actively press your thigh bones back. From here, we're going to inhale to lift the heels high. Drive your ankles forward. So really stretching the feet and ankles here, getting flexion across all 10 toes. And then press your heels down, stretch the calves. Good, lift your heels high, drive your ankles forward. Press your heels down, stretch the calves. Do that one more time, lift the heels and lower the heels. And come back down to your hands and knees. So this time we're gonna bring your knees forward slightly. So rather than being under the hips, they're more aligned under the belly button. Keep that strong push through the arms, biceps spinning forward. You're lifting out of the shoulders and sort of packing your shoulders down away from the ears. From here, we're gonna push into the floor, hover the knees. So this is called in animal flow, static quadruped. As you're holding here, you're pushing the floor away from you, engaging muscle energy through the whole body, strong through the core. Think as if you're trying to pull your hands and your feet towards each other. Knees press out a little bit to get the hips a little more active. Let's hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Come onto your knees, maybe sit back on your heels, toes stay tucked if you can, and just circle out through the wrists. We're going to be moving into an arm balance here, so we just want to kind of warm up and wake up the wrists. Maybe you bring your fingertips to point towards your body and press the heel of the hand towards the floor. Good, just do what you can here. Good, and then turn your fingertips forward again. We're gonna do another set of that static quad. So spin your biceps forward, lift up out of the shoulders, pack your shoulders, push the floor away from you to hover the knees. As you're holding, you're pulling your hands and your feet towards each other. Think as if you're trying to pull your ribs and your hips towards each other. Draw up through the pelvic floor. That's Mula Bandha. Draw the belly in and up. Uddiyana Bandha. Continue to breathe as you hold. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. So again, sit back on your heels. If you want to, you can untuck the toes this time. Circle out through the wrists. Then interlace the hands. We're going to wave the wrists. Pull down with the right hand and pull up with the right hand. Good, and then pull down with the right and pull up with the left. And then change it. Pull down with the left and up with the left. And pull down with the left and up with the left. Good, one more time. We're coming into that static quad. So spread your fingers wide, index finger points forward. Biceps spin forward, set your shoulders, hover the knees, push the floor away from you. Stay strong through your whole body. If it doesn't feel quite hard enough, push more. This is an isometric contraction. So you get out of it what you put into it. To work harder, you've got to engage those muscles stronger. Hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now this time, stay in that static quad. You're going to just shift your hips back. Your knees are still hovered above the ground. And then from here, send your hips high into down dog. Now you might be a little bit short, so walk those feet back a little bit. Spread your fingers wide, weight is into the fingertips. Keep that strong push in the arms. Keep your ribs reaching towards the thighs. You're going to bend your knees deeply, squatty dog. Press your legs straight to down dog. Do that a couple more times. Bend the knees deeply and press the legs straight. One more time, bend the knees deeply and press the legs straight. Good, and then come back to hands and knees. From here, we're going to go into a straight leg rocking. You're going to take your right leg straight out to the right. Make sure the center of the right ankle is in line with the center of the right hip. Your toes are pointing forward on that right foot, and the pinky edge of the foot stays rooted down. Squeeze up on the quads a little bit here so the leg is strongly straight. Spin those biceps forward. You might even have a little slight tilt, upward tilt of the tailbone here. Left toes are tucked. From here, you're going to rock your hips back as far as you can, getting a nice stretch into this inner thigh. And then rock forward. The further forward you can come, this is going to prepare the wrists for that arm balance. Again, shift your hips back. Nice stretch into the hamstring and inner thighs, and rock your hips forward. Do this one more time. Rock back and rock forward. And then one more time, you're going to rock back and stay back. From here, we're going to reach that right arm up. Go ahead, bend your elbow and reach the right elbow down. Do that again. Thoracic twist. Reach the right arm up. Bend the elbow and bring that right elbow down. Your hips are staying back on your heels. That will support your lower back. One more time, reach right arm up. And then this time you're going to reach that right arm under and across for a shoulder stretch. So if you can, you're reaching that right shoulder towards the ground. You might bring your right ear down or just the forehead down. Left arm can reach forward. Breathe and stretch into that right shoulder and right leg. As that right arm is reaching across the body, push it against the floor. Pull your right shoulder down away from the ear. Breathe here as you hold. Good. From here, we're going to come back onto your hands. Now, spin your biceps forward. Squeeze strong through glutes and core. Keep that right leg out to the side. See if from here you can lift that right leg. Good. Reach it straight back. You're going to come into a kneeling side plank. So keep both hands down to begin with. You're going to stack right hip over right hip over left hip. And if you can, right shoulder over left shoulder. Ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in one line. Push against the floor. Lift up out of that bottom arm. Sort of pack that left shoulder down away from the ear. Now you can stay here and hold, or see if you can bend your right leg. Reach for the foot for a quad stretch. Breathe here as you hold. Good. From here, we're going to come all the way back to a down dog. Let's go actually three-legged dog. Take that left leg high and exhale down. Right leg high and exhale down. Again, left leg high, exhale down. Right leg high, stay here and hold. Bend your right knee. Squeeze that right heel to your hip and then open the hip. Now you're opening the hip, but try to keep the shoulders square. Drop that right shoulder down. Keep squeezing right heel to right hip. We're going to add some circles here. Square your hips. Bring thigh to the ribs. Circle that right knee out to the right, up towards the ceiling, opening the hip again. We're back where we started. Now square the hips, thigh to the ribs. Strong push through the arms. Circle the knee out, up, and open the hip. Do that one more time. Square the hips, thigh to the ribs. Circle that right leg all the way around. Good. And then come back to down dog. And come back to hands and knees. We're going to do all of that on the other side. So left leg out to the left. And again, that left foot is pointing directly forward. Scoot over a little bit so you can see. The left ankle is in line with the center of the hip. The toes are pointing forward and the pinky edge of the foot is staying planted. So you create a little lift in the arch of the foot. You're engaging through the intrinsic muscles of the foot. Right toes stay tucked. From here, we're going to rock your hips back. Keep this left leg straight. Move back into the stretch. Good. And then rock as far forward as you can. Good. And then rock back. And rock forward. Do that one more time. Rock back and forward. And then you're going to rock back and hold back. Now push through the right hand. This will help keep your hips back. Keeping your hips back is going to protect your lumbar spine as you move into this thoracic twist. So reach your left arm up, left shoulder up. Now bend that left elbow, maybe hand behind the head, and reach your left elbow towards the floor. So twisting this direction. Good, and then again, twist open, reach up. Good, and bring that left elbow down. Do that one more time. Twist open, reach up. Good, and this time we're gonna reach that left arm under and across. Left ear or forehead to the floor. Breathing and stretching into your left shoulder and your left leg. Push your left arm against the floor. Slide your shoulder down away from the ear. Hold here a couple more breaths. Good, keep the left leg out to the left. You're gonna come back onto both hands. Spin your biceps forward. Be strong through your shoulders, your core, and your hips. Trying not to change your body position here, you're gonna lift that left leg out to the side. Should feel pretty hard. Now reach that left leg back. Stack your left hip over the right hip. Go slow here. Once you feel stable, stack left shoulder over the right shoulder. Reach your left arm up. Lean your head back. So head, shoulders, ribs, hips all in one line. Pull those front ribs together and drop them down towards your belt line so you're not arching through your back. From here, you're gonna bend that left leg. If you tried this variation on the other side, take a little quad stretch. As you pull that heel to the hip, roll your left shoulder back. Breathing and stretching into the whole front side of that left side body. And then release the foot. Bring both hands to the floor. We're going to come into three-legged dog. Reach your right leg high. And exhale down. Take the left leg high. And exhale down. Right leg high. Exhale down. Left leg high, stay here. Bend your left knee, squeeze heel to hip. Good, and then open the hip. Now as you open the hip, you're keeping your shoulders square, so drop that left shoulder down. From here, we're gonna square your hips. Thigh to the ribs, circle the knee out, up, open the hip. Good, and then again, square the hips, thigh to the ribs. Circle the knee out, up, and open the hip. Keep that strong push in the arms. Do that one more time, square the hips. Circle left leg all the way around. Good, and then step to down dog. From here, we're gonna take a little break all the way down into your child's pose. So sit your hips back on your heels, reach your arms back. Soften through the whole body here. Again, breathe into the belly. Now interlace your hands above your hips. Go right thumb on the outside of the left. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. And see if you can lift your arms up off of the body. From here, we're going to floss the shoulders. Moving from the shoulder blades, slide your shoulders up towards the ears like you're shrugging. Pull your arms forward towards the head. And then again, moving from the shoulder blades, slide your shoulder blades down and reach your arms back. So lengthen through the back of the neck. Do that one more time. Shrug your shoulders, arms lift up and forward, and then slide your shoulder blades down and arms reach back. Change the interlace of the hands, so left thumb on the outside now. Again, squeeze your shoulder blades together, elbows towards each other, lift the arms up. Slide shoulder blades up, arms forward to the head, and slide shoulder blades down, reach your arms back. Do that one more time, shrug arms forward, unshrug, reach your arms back. Good, and then release the hands. From here, you're gonna reach your arms forward and then come all the way into your down dog. Walk or hop your feet to your hands. Once you get to the top of the mat, pause here in your forward fold. Good, so feet are about hip width apart. You can reach to the floor. You can come into a ragdoll position. Whatever feels good for you. Maybe circle out through the shoulders, maybe shake out the head, maybe circle out through those wrists again. Good. Now take a look at your feet. Lift and spread through the toes. So that action of spreading the toes apart lifts the arches of the feet. Again, it engages the intrinsic muscles of the feet. The feet are our foundation, and how we push the feet into the floor determines how the rest of the body works, and it creates this foot to core connection. So be intentional about how you ground down through the feet. Push your feet into the floor. Lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Reach your arms back, moving from your hips. Drive your hips forward to come all the way up. Reach up, look up. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. I'm gonna move my mat over again. Sorry for all the adjustments. Okay, so now at the top of the mat, you're gonna bring toes and heels together. From here, reach your arms up, sink your hips down and back. So sinking down into Utkatasana, chair pose. Good, as you come into this chair pose, keep the weight light in your toes. You're sitting back into the heels. You're gonna drop your tail down a bit here. The tendency is to really sort of overly arch the spine. You wanna drop your tail down, scoop the belly in. The back bend comes a little more from the upper back. Reach your arms up. Good, now from here, stay in your chair pose, but you're gonna fold forward, sweep your arms back, and come back into chair. Maybe sink your hips a little lower. Fold forward, sweep your arms back. Utkatasana, chair pose. One more time. Fold forward, sweep your arms back. Chair pose into forward fold. Body and head drop. Inhale, lengthen to a flat back. Look forward. So plant your hands here again, shoulder width apart. Step your feet back a little bit. Option to come into crow pose. You're going to lift your heels, bring your knees all the way up into your armpits. Squeeze your elbows towards each other so that creates stability through your shoulders. Maybe you just hold here. Maybe you work on shifting forward and back a few times, or maybe you come forward and hold your crow pose. If you're coming into crow, press your feet together. Pull your heels up towards your sit bones. Hold here for a couple more breaths. Keep pushing the floor away from you. From here, we're going to step or hop back to a plank pose and move through your vinyasa. So hovering into up dog, all the way back, down dog. Good, let's take that left leg high, three-legged dog, and exhale down. Right leg high, and exhale down. Now in down dog, bring your feet about hip width apart. Spread the right hand wide, root down through all 5 fingers on that right side. Keeping your feet hip width apart, you're gonna drop your heels to the right. So you're coming into a staggered side plank. Your feet are staggered. Head is back in line with the shoulders. Shoulders, ribs, hips, all in one line. From here, root down through your top leg. See if you can lift that bottom leg. Squeeze your inner thighs together. It's a great inner thigh adductor strengthener. Good, now root that right leg down again. Squeeze strong through that outer hip, and you're gonna lift the top leg. From here, keep holding, keep pushing the floor away from you. Bend your top leg. Reach that foot to the floor. Your left leg is bent, your right leg stays straight. You're gonna open up into a wild thing. So hips and chest reach up towards the ceiling here. Reach that left arm past the ear, palm faces the floor so you're protecting the shoulder. Good, from here we're gonna come all the way back into a down dog. Take your right leg high and exhale down. Left leg high and exhale down. Take that right leg high and step your right foot to your hands. Now, if it doesn't get all the way up to your hands, reach back and pull that foot forward. From here, left hand is going to reach forward and out. Again, external rotation through this arm. Pack the shoulders strong and stable from that left shoulder. We're going to rotate both feet to the right. This is lounge lizard. So you're coming onto the pinky edge of both feet. From here, reach that right arm up. Now you can stay here and hold and just breathe. Or on inhale, you're gonna lift your hips higher, reach that top arm overhead. Exhale, lower the hips down and get a deeper stretch into the hips. We need the hips nice and mobile for our Galavasana. Inhale, lift the hips, reach overhead. Exhale, lower down. Do that one more time, lift and reach. Exhale, lower down. Good, turn forward into your lunge again, and then step to forward fold. Body and head drop. Pause here for a few breaths. Again, maybe circle out through the shoulders, maybe shake out the head, circle out through the wrist. Find your breath here, breathing in and out through the nose. Take a look at your feet, lift and spread through the toes. Anchor down through all four corners of the feet. Lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Reach your arms back. Drive your hips forward to come all the way up. Reach up, look up, find Tadasana, mountain pose. Good, toes and heels together again. Second set, chair pose. We're gonna go into this a little differently this time. Reach your arms up. Sink your hips down and back. Good, so now again, your weight is back on the heels. You're a little lighter in the toes. Drop your tail down, scoop the belly in, reach your arms up. Now this time, see if you can lift your heels. Heels up, chair pose. Good, and then lower the heels. Bring your weight back into the heels, lighten the toes. Good, lift the heels again, strengthening feet and ankles. And lower the heels. Maybe sink hips a little lower. Do that one more time, lift the heels. Now keep those heels lifted. You're gonna take your knees wide, stay strong in this chair pose, and slowly press your feet together, sink your hips low. From here, bring your hands to the floor. So it's just another way to come into your Bakasana crow pose. Hips go high, knees into the armpits. Plant your hands, squeeze your elbows in, so strong, stable shoulders. Come forward into your Bakasana crow pose. So feet are already together here. Pull the heels up towards the sit bones. Keep pressing the feet together. Keep pushing your hands against the floor. Breathing here as you hold. On one, you're going to shoot back into a plank pose. 3, 2, 1. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. All the way back to down dog. Good, take that left leg high, three-legged dog, and exhale down. Right leg high, and exhale down. So again, open up the feet, hip width apart. Spread the left hand wide, weights into all 5 fingers. Drop your heels to the left for a staggered side plank. Reach that right arm up. Head comes back, so head, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in one line. Slight tuck in the tail, pull those front ribs down towards your belt line. Anchor down through your top leg, strong through the inner thighs. Squeeze that bottom leg up against the top leg. Good, now root that foot again, squeeze your outer glute, and lift the top leg. From here, you're gonna bend that right knee, top leg. Bring that foot behind you. That right leg stays bent, left leg straight. Open up into a wild thing. So spin your hips and your chest towards the ceiling. Find a high back arch here. Reach actively with that right arm. The palm is facing the ground. Good. Slowly return to your down dog. Good. And then take left leg high. Exhale down. Right leg high. Exhale down. Take that left leg high, and then step that left foot all the way to the hands. Now again, if it only gets halfway, reach back for the foot and pull it forward all the way up between the hands. Your right hand is going to reach a little bit forward and out towards the corner of your mat. Spread the fingers wide again, prepare that shoulder. You're going to spin both feet to the left. Come onto the pinky edge of both feet. Push the floor away from you. You can just hold this side plank and breathe. Or on inhale, you're gonna lift the hips, reach that top arm overhead. Nice side body hip stretch. And then exhale, lower down, sink a little deeper into that stretch. Keep your chest tall here. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lower down. 1 more time, lift and reach. Exhale, lower down. Turn forward, and then step to forward fold. Body and head drop. So again, catch your breath here. Breathe in and out through the nose. Maybe shake your head no. No, this is not too hard. Shake your head yes. Yes, I can do this. Anchor your feet down into the floor. Lengthen to a flat back, look forward. Reach your arms back. Drive your hips forward to come all the way up. Reach up, look up, find Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, toes and heels together again. New sequence. We're starting with eagle pose here. So bring toes and heels together. You're gonna reach your arms up. Bring your left elbow under the right. Eagle arms. So you might have to round your spine a little bit to get your elbows wrapped and the palms together. If you can't get the palms together, bring your hands to opposite shoulders. So slide your shoulders down here. Lift your elbows up. Relax your neck, wiggle your jaw. From here, we're gonna sink down into Utkatasana chair pose. Again, you could stay here and hold, or you're gonna bring that left leg up and around for eagle pose. Sink your hips a little lower, lift your elbows a little higher. Draw your belly in, gaze is steady. From here, you're gonna shift your hips back, reach the elbows forward. Bring your elbows to your knees for sleeping eagle. Good, from here, unravel that left leg. Reach the leg back, reach your arms forward. So it's a warrior 3 variation. Good, from here, keep your arms wrapped. You're gonna step back into a warrior 1. So plant that back foot at a 45-degree angle. Bend your front leg as much as you can. From here, add a high back arch. You're gonna lift those elbows up and back. So warrior 1 legs, eagle arms, taking a high back arch. Good, and then bring your elbows back down. Reach your arms up, warrior 1. Good, open up to warrior 2. From here, front knee, front foot, point forward. You're opening that left hip, but only as far as you can keep alignment here. If you open the hip too far, sometimes what happens is that knee drops in. So only open as much as you can, maintain good alignment in this front leg. Shoulders, however, will open all the way to the sides. Reach your arms up. Look past that right hand. Now from here on inhale, we're gonna straighten the right leg. Move from the hips, reach your hips back, your hand forward, long, strong spine, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Bottom arm drops to the leg, a block, or the floor. Your hips are reaching back, your spine is lengthening forward, arms reach apart, head is back in line with the shoulders. Now maintain this same alignment, right hip tucked under, left shoulder turned up towards the ceiling. You're gonna bend that right knee, side angle pose. So same alignment, just bending the knee, reach your arm overhead, extended side angle. Stay low in your lunge. Inhale, we're gonna come up, reverse warrior. Right arm reaches up and back. Cartwheel your hands to the floor. Step to a plank pose. Good, from here, move through your vinyasa, hover into up dog, and all the way back to down dog. From here, feet together, you're gonna drop your heels to the right side, plank. Good, stacking the legs, or you could stay with that staggered variation. That's gonna give you a little more stability. From here, if you want, take that wild thing again, open the hips and chest towards the ceiling. Good, and come all the way back to your down dog. Take your right leg high here. Bend your right knee, squeeze heel to hip, and open the hip. Now again, you can stay here and hold, or you could go back to those hip circles, or from here, you're gonna drop into a flip dog. Drop that right foot behind you. Spin around on both feet. Now both legs are bent here. Stay in your flip dog, or lower your hips down. Bring your right elbow towards your right knee. This is called a crab reach. Inhale, lift the hips, reach overhead. Exhale, lower the hips, elbow to knee. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lower the hips. Do that one more time. Lift and reach, hold here. Flip all the way back around to your down dog. From here, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, look up. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. Awesome job. Eagle pose on the other side. So again, toes and heels together. We're going to reach your arms up, this time right elbow under the left. So again, you might have to round a bit here to get your arms wrapped. Once you round and get the arms wrapped though, draw your shoulders back and down. Lift up through the elbows. Relax the back of the neck. Soften the jaw. Sink your hips low. We're going to wrap that right leg all the way around the left leg. Eagle legs. Sink your hips a little lower. Lift the chest higher. Shoulders down, elbows up. Reach your forearms forward and breathe into that space right between your shoulder blades. Eyes are laser focused, but also sort of soft. From here, hinge from the hips. Your hips reach back, your elbows reach way, way forward. Sleeping out eagle, elbows towards knees. Keep looking forward, reach the fingertips forward. Unravel your right leg. We're coming into a warrior 3 variation. Hips are square, reach that right leg actively back, your fingertips forward. Step back to your warrior 1. Back foot plants at a 45-degree angle. Elbows lift up and back, high back arch in your warrior 1. Bring the elbows back down, release the arms, reach your arms up. From here, we're going to open up warrior 2. So again, you're opening the hips, but not so much that you lose alignment in this front leg. Hips will open as far as they can. Shoulders square all the way towards this side wall. Arms reach out from the shoulders, look out past your front hand. Sink a little deeper into your lunge. Pull, energetically pull your feet towards each other. From here, we're going to straighten that left leg. Move from your center, from your hips. Your hips reach back. Your hand reaches forward, your spine is long and strong. Drop the bottom arm, reach your top arm up, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Head, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in one line. Push out through your feet, reach out through the arms. Keep this alignment, left hip tucked under, right shoulder open. You're gonna bend that left knee, side angle pose. Stay low and strong in your lunge. Upper body comes up, reverse warrior. Left arm reaches up and back. Cartwheel your hands to the floor. Move through your vinyasa. Step to plank pose. Hover into your up dog. All the way back to down dog. Feet are together here in down dog. Drop your heels to the left. Again, here you could take that staggered side plank. You could also bring a knee down for kneeling side plank. If you want, bring that right foot behind you, open up into a wild thing. Do what you did on the other side, working the body symmetrically. Good, and then come back to your down dog. Take that left leg high. Bend your left knee, squeeze heel to hip and open the hip. You can hold here, you can circle that left leg around, or you're gonna drop the leg behind you for flip dog. Pivot around on both feet, bend both knees. Hold your flip dog, or you're gonna lower your hips, left elbow to left knee. Inhale, lift and reach, crab reach. Exhale, hips down, elbow to knee. Inhale, lift and reach. Do that one more time, lower the hips, lift and reach, and then spin back around to your down dog. Walk or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, find Tadasana, mountain pose. All right, come to the top of the mat, toes and heels together. Spread the toes on that right foot. We're rooting down through that right foot. As you push your foot down, rebound up strong through the hip and core on that left side. We're gonna hug this left leg in. Let's build some stability on this right leg. Reach your arms up, leg forward. Good, sweep the leg back, arms back, airplane pose. We're working into our peak pose here. Pivot through the hips, come back up again, hug this left leg in. Squeeze your shoulders back. Figure 4, bring your left ankle to your right knee. Reach your arms up, sink down into a figure 4 chair pose. From here, hinge at the hips, bring your hands to the floor. So we're gonna work into Galavasana. Maybe you just stay here and hold and you get this nice hip stretch. If you're working into your arm balance, you're gonna get that left knee into your left armpit. Just like we did with crow, hands plant, shoulder width apart, squeeze your elbows in, so you're creating stability in the shoulders. Your foot is gonna hook around your right arm. Now again, maybe you just start to come forward and take a little bit of weight into the hands. Maybe you can barely hover that foot, or maybe you can reach your right leg all the way back. Galavasana. I think it's firefly or dragonfly. Can't remember what this one translates to. Good, now from here, you're gonna come all the way back up. So coming out of it the way, opposite way of how you came into it. Hug that knee in. You're gonna bring your left foot to chair pose. Or sorry, not chair, tree pose. Reach your arms up. Soften your gaze here. Connect with your breath. Recenter body and mind. Good, and then step to Tadasana. Let's try that on the other side. Spread through that left foot. Anchor down through all four corners of the foot. Hug your right leg in. Get tall here. Squeeze your shoulders back. Find that foot to core connection from left foot to left hip. Strong core. Reach your arms up. Reach your right leg forward. Good. Now sweep arms and leg back. Keep your hips, chest, shoulders square to the floor. Airplane pose. Long, strong spine here. Your leg is reaching back. Your spine is lengthening forward. Pivoting through the hips again. Come back up. Hug that right knee in. Lift tall. Squeeze your shoulders back. Figure four. Left ankle to right knee. Reach your arms up. Sink into your chair pose. From here, you're going to shift your hips back. Hinge at your hips to fold forward. Hands reach to the floor. Now again, this is a really big stretch. It's a great stretch. So maybe you're just holding here today. Otherwise, you're going to work that right knee into the right armpit. Plant that hand. Plant your left hand. Squeeze your elbows in. Hook your foot around the top of that left arm. Maybe you just play around, shifting a little bit of weight into the hands. Maybe you can shift enough to hover that left foot, or maybe you can reach that left leg all the way back. Galavasana pose. Slowly, when you're ready, bring your left foot back down. You're gonna come out of this opposite of how you came in. So again, long, strong spine, hinge from the hips, hug your right knee in and up. Bring right foot to left inner thigh for tree pose. Vrikshasana. Again, center, ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, aligned over the standing heel. Hands can stay at the heart or reach your arms up. Soften your gaze here. Connect with your breath. Let your heart rate come down a bit. Maybe you play around with closing your eyes, or looking up, or looking down. And then step to Tadasana. Mountain pose. We're going to go through one more flow before we come onto our back into our final resting pose. Spread through that right foot again. Root down all four corners of the foot. Reach your right arm up. Left elbow to your left hip. You're going to pick up the pinky edge of that left foot. You can hold here in a quad stretch, or begin to kick that left leg back and up. Continue to reach your right arm forward and up, dancer's pose. Keep kicking and reaching in opposite direction with equal intensity. Now from here, begin to turn your gaze down to the floor. See if you can bend your right leg enough, slide that hand down the leg, and reach your right hand to the floor. Once you have that hand down, use a block if you need to. You're going to open that left hip, candy cane pose, Ardha Chandrasana Chapasana. So you're stacking left hip and left shoulder, strong, sturdy leg. From here, release the foot, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. Reach out actively through all 4 limbs. From here, left hand is going to reach to the floor. Square your shoulders and your hips. Keep actively lifting and reaching that left leg. Reach your right arm up, revolved, half moon. Good, right hand comes down. Step your left leg back for a pyramid pose. So your feet are a little bit closer together than your standard lunge. Your back foot is turned inward about 60 degrees. Soften that front knee a little bit, allowing you to fold your body more over the leg. Let your head drop. Find your breath here. Good. From here, you're going to plant your hands. Bring your right foot over to the left. Fallen triangle. You can stay here with both hands down or reach your arm up, left arm up. Good. Step to a plank pose. Lower all the way down. Inhale, lift up, low cobra. Squeeze to the back body. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. One more time, lift up, hold your cobra. Reach your arms back here. Lift your legs, Galavasana. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and slide them down. Relax the neck. Maybe circle the head out a few times. Stay lifted. You're going to plant your hands by your ribs, up dog. All the way back to down dog. Walk or hop, feet to your hands. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, look up, find Tadasana. Mountain pose. We got one more time on the other side. Reach that left arm up. Root down through your left foot. Pick up your right foot. Hold the pinky edge of the foot. Roll your shoulder back. Kick your right leg back and up. Reach your arm forward and up. Kicking and reaching. Move from a strong center. Start to turn your gaze down to the floor. Bring your left hand to your leg if you can. Slide the hand down the leg. Keep kicking that right leg up. You're going to reach your left hand down to a block or to the floor. Once the hand plants down, open that right hip and right shoulder. Ardha Chandrasana, Chapasana, Candy Cane. From here, release the foot. Ardha Chandrasana, extend both arms, both legs. Long, strong spine. From here, reach your right hand down, square your shoulders and hips. Keep actively lifting and reaching that right leg. Left arm reaches up, revolved half moon. Good, left hand comes down. Step your back foot down, pyramid pose, Utkatasana. Body and head drop. Soften your front knee a little bit. Relax through the shoulders. Find your breath. Good. Look forward, lengthen the spine forward. Maybe reach those hands a little further forward. You're going to bring your left foot over to the right and reach this right arm up. Fallen triangle. Good. Bring both hands down. Step back to your down dog. From down dog, let's round your spine. Roll forward. As you come forward, you're going to lower your hips all the way down. Untuck your toes. Come into this up dog position. Good. Tuck your toes again. Tuck your chin. Round your spine. Pass all the way through your down dog again. Bend your knees deeply. Press your legs straight. Walk or hop your feet to your hands. And from your forward fold, come all the way up. Reach up. And find Tadasana. Congratulations, you made it all the way through. We're going to come all the way down to the mat. So come on to the seat. Open your feet up in front of you a bit. From here, reach your arms forward, or you can hold the legs. You're going to lean back a bit. Start to tuck your tailbone, scoop your belly in, so strong through the core. From here, we're gonna roll down one vertebrae at a time. Go slow. We're almost done. Roll all the way down. And then take a full body stretch. Reach your arms overhead, straighten through the legs. Lift up through those front ribs. One more thing here, we're gonna bend your knees, feet wide. So feet are wider than the hips. Go maybe like sticky mat width apart, arms reach out. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Good, next time you drop your knees to the left, stay there. So knees are dropping to the left. We're stretching internal rotation on that right leg. You can just stay here and hold, or place that left foot on the right knee for a little more active stretch. If this hurts the knee, take the foot off and stretch a little more gently. If it feels good, maybe roll your head to the right. Breathe and stretch into that whole right side. Good, and then change sides. Drop your knees to the right. And again, you can just stay here and hold, stretching internal rotation on the left leg. Or right foot can come to the left knee for a little more stretch. If it feels good, roll the head to the left. Slow down your breath. Breathe into the tight spots. Breathe in and out through the nose. And then come back to the center. So if there's anything else you need to do before your final resting pose, take a quick moment for yourself. Otherwise, come into your final resting position. Arms are out to the sides or down by the sides. Let the palms roll towards the ceiling. Allow the legs to just drop apart. Maybe you wiggle through your whole body for a moment to try to release everything from head to toe. Maybe take a quick scan through the body from head to toe. Breathe and release into the places that feel stiff or tight. Hold this Shavasana for as long as you like. Try to stay here for at least 5 to 10 breaths. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.